Welcome everyone to finally, after excessive benchmarking, some more proper content Rust. In Rust we trust and all love. Of course, T2, our Linux distribution, has outstanding Rust support after spending so much time here live on this channel. But of course, there's always something to improve. One thing I think I even knew is this bootstrapping. Of course, very few people bootstrap Rust as cleanly as we do from scratch. And thus we have the most problems as usual. You might wonder why we do this. For example, in this case, why do we do stuff so proper that we have more problems? Like other people YOLO this stuff and we usually less. So usually that build previously, most architectures Rust ISOs here. So what fails now, or at least here, so what fails now is the problem is so we can cross-compile Rust. Very few build systems that have that support. And so what fails here is that Rust builds itself with a new cross-compiler, which usually we can specify separately because of the way this cargo toml files work. And so usually we have like x86 and PowerPC, and then I have this compiler and that compiler, and that of course works. But for x86 we can't do that. Actually, I probably even have a special if in the code. So do you want this larger? Leave in the comments below. Because there's even arrows out. So somewhere where we have like cross. Config toml, probably something like that here. Config toml, I probably should have looked it up earlier. Where even is it? Oh, why is this not? Oh, here. Native cross, and so what usually is a problem, and where is the special, or here is it? At least I remember that we had the special provisioning here that if it's the same architecture, we don't do this, because the problem is, so we built x86 on x86 and we would need a host and a cross-compile thing. For all other combinations, or even if you build ARM on ARM, right? Obviously, if you PowerPC and PowerPC, if you bootstrap the same architecture. How we solve this usually is with other GNU stuff. Theoretically, we have the similar issue with GCC or other stuff. We simply change our Arch triplet. We have there for 15 years, for 15 plus years, maybe even nearly 20 years, we have there no cross. And what is usually we configure with x86 and T2 Linux, GNU, Musel and stuff. And for that case, we have no cross, especially for this is cross-compile mode. Do not even try to run this. I mean, usually the configure stuff, like what worked for decades in configure, of course, the Rust people had to reinvent, and it doesn't work with cargo and toml. I remember if we even have that in here, T2 unknown, T2 to unknown, Rust target. Where even is this where's this special if def, if native, if should we not have some architecture thing? Or is it in X? Where the heck is that even? Yeah, stuff so complex you don't even remember where you put it. So, but anyway, so the problem is, we will continue with this in a second. But the problem with that is that now this fails because it's using our cross-compiler, which is kind of sort of compatible, but in this case doesn't run because that is a new glibc, which is of course using new glibc symbols there. And so then the bootstrap fails. And this is this kind of things. I could easily spend hours on this stuff, right? It's such a trivial thing that should work but doesn't. I see like 3 ways to try. And the problem is, as I didn't write all the Rust and cargo upstream stuff, and maybe even the Rust and cargo upstream people would need to YOLO and randomly try that, because this is kind of stuff, yeah, whatever, we complex system, we engineered domain-specific language and stuff. You got to try what you got to try. So either we could, so the problem is we can't use no cross because Rust only supports unknown. I don't know if other Linux distributions patch that in, but per default, basically all, this sucks a little bit. It's also this is a little bit of a finger of the Rust people that we by default, if you don't patch Rust, as far as I know, leave in the comments below if it's different. What do I have? The title is crazy. I didn't change the title like this. This is some web hiccup. I didn't type other. Anyway, I had there something Rust. Crazy stuff, complex stuff. I need to even proofread my own title. Thanks for that. So yeah, either we could patch this no cross in there. I'm not sure if I would want. I mean, we could even theoretically patch in our T2. And the problem is we would need. The best would be to SED that, and we would also need to create zoom links. So all of this stuff is not that easy. And all of this, I'm not sure how much work it will be and how easy it will work. You see here, we have here already Rust pre-patch for RISC-V because we don't use this GC stuff for general and compress and stuff. Maybe we should, but for now we simply copy that. Actually, that is a good point. We can just copy that. That is, wait a second, do we patch that even additionally, or do we, or maybe we, it might be that so we would need to automate that. RISC-V, yeah, we also, yeah, I mean, you can automate that with SED or org. Another way could potentially be, so that would be like and then the thing is also, does it work, right? Sure, we can copy that, we can copy that and patch it in to support no cross for Bootstrap. But the question is, will the Rust and Cargo infrastructure even work? For example, they download binary pre-built stuff, and does it still work, right? It might be, sure, doing that might be 5 minutes. So that is also a little bit of thought process, right? How do you tackle that from start to finish, from bottom to the top of stuff? Another thing might be, I tried this the other day and it failed. It failed marvelously. Enable local Rust. Actually, I slightly wonder, we have here native. So it looks like we use enable local Rust. Did I not previously try that for? Why does this not work for? What do we want here? We want a cross compiler. So because we built Rust twice, like GCC. First, we built a cross compiler to be able to build Rust source to cross target like PowerPC and RISC and stuff. And then we built a Canadian cross, like what GCC people, or Canadian cross, meaning we cross compile, or like we cross compile the native compiler. Because obviously when we have a new system, RISC-V and PowerPC, we want natively running. We don't not only want a cross compiler, we also want then natively cross-compiled native compiler. So we use, I slightly wonder why don't we, let's try that. If we build package, by the way, I should have actually run that. Let's first try this natively and see what happens, because this is usually less complex. So the other idea would be to not, because the only issue is it builds its own Rust compiler and runs that again. And ideally, I tried it also last year already. This is Rust and Cargo is such a complex affair. So there it's downloading, it's binary stuff, which and that is also probably this would not work, right? If we patch in there no cross, most likely this, I mean, not most likely, I guess, I mean, unless we patch even more stuff, which I'm not even into patching this bootstrap stuff there. But yeah, crazy complexity. I wish this was all solved, right? But the Rust people, like other Go and Zig and stuff, people probably need to reinvent everything, like ourselves. Yeah, let's try for a second if we actually, so let's try for a second if when we, yeah, I guess this is not using the local compiler, right? It did download something. I think my local compiler, actually we want to check that. Also our open bench, which probably we can stop for today. So this is just the general sort process. So 162.1, this latest version. Let's look into what is it? Somewhere with an error. I guess it's our own. Building stage 0, standard artifacts for unknown 2. Yeah, so it's rebuilding. So it's probably still doing like kinda 2 or whatever, 2 or 3 stage. Actually, it finished some dev stuff here already. What is it doing here? Workspace. So ideally, what do I have installed? Theoretically, I should have nearly that installed. Yeah, I have that installed. And I mean, do we need this? The benefit of that, if we get that to work, is also shorter compile time. Because if you, on your most amazing, like scientific purposes, workstation and server, NASA, ESA, Tesla, you name it, or Apple server, data center, run at T2, because what else would you run? You would, of course, like a half, also yeah, compile time, right? You would, of course, prefer a shorter run compile time. This is also, again, pretty single-threaded. Okay, let's shortly wait just for the next status line to finish. Let's maybe stage 0 is copying artifacts, copying Rust. Wait, this is wrap. Yeah, there it's again a stage 1 standard, and I wonder why that doesn't work. I mean, I tried so many combinations. What is it? Local Rust. Let's add stage native. Let's see what happens then. But usually my tries, it looks so simple and so obvious, and then when we try to build it, it doesn't work. Recurring theme here. Let's see. I think the last time it errored out relatively quickly. Also best with typo. Oh, darn. Yeah, so much. I probably should trigger people and stop using VI. Actually, I'm not the biggest fan of VI. Funny thing, people ask which editor I use and other stuff, but I never was a VI. I mean, I got to use the lightweight VI stuff on remote shell stuff. It's fine, but the funny thing is the usually historically more Emacs or X-Emacs guy uses VI on YouTube. Are this warnings or are this errors? Is there errors? So yeah, more. And that is the crazy stuff, right? Why does this is what? Oh, wait a second. Why is? Oh wait, this is the wrong log file. Attributes starting with Rust are reserved for the Rust compiler. Yeah, and we're not building a Rust compiler. Warning, profit for the non-root package will be ignored. Yeah, this is the thing. Rust is so good in theory and on paper, but I'm, as much as I like safety and compile time checks and stuff, some of this stuff is recurrently really sucking. Why does this? Here's even some GitHub. funny. Closing as expected. Edit regression from stable to better. Expected breakage attributes to force anything or not. Yeah, fine, but I mean, I wonder. I mean, we could. No, we wasted already quite some time. But that is a recurring thing here, right? You think you quickly build something. And especially with sources as large as Rust and Cargo, that takes a while. And so Rust, let's see how to even... Why is there a config option? Do you need to have exactly the same matching version, which would really suck? What was even the option? Enable local Rust. Zero compiler is used in compilers. Right now it respects local Rust, but it should also enable local Rust, which indicates should be found from path. What? The question is, do we need to bootstrap it differently than with... but maybe not usually. In which case? So in this cross case, actually that apparently worked, huh? I'm going to close this since you can achieve the same thing with Rust equals Rust. Quirks and hacks and features you realize when you debug your Rust problems live on YouTube. Which also, yeah, if you're expert in this, leave in the comments below. Otherwise, this is just the usual, what does it take to maintain Linux distribution live on this channel. Would be amazing if you share, like, and subscribe. Patreon, OnlyFans, and all the other good stuff. What do we have here? Rust secrets. Instead of downloading the source stage 0 JSON version, use Rust C binary instead. Interesting. Instead of downloading stage 0, that is interesting. I want to try that out. Let's see, where is... how do we run this stuff? Alright, we run this stuff probably with this bloody X. Where is my... is it there? This one, probably. Yeah, the question is, does it need full path? Or, I mean, it's... where do I have... okay, cargo we have apparently there, and... I mean, we could try if this needs that. Do they write full path, or will it be looked up in path? I guess we have to build that with X. Yeah, to 2022, and you, of course, you build stuff with xpy build. Okay, not found. That's what I feared. Yeah, 2022, and you need to specify a full pass of stuff. Do we have that? Was it Rust C or no? Probably it was Rust, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Rust. Put and execute process. Opt Rust. What did I have? Ah. Also funny, right? There is a enable local Rust, and that does shit, and maybe that is better. Maybe I should have wiped the build. Maybe, yes, no, but is it? Oh no, there are errors. There are errors. Probably only single. Here, is that not an amazing thing? I mean, we could. How many are? Yeah, probably the first thing we should do is actually build the same version and see if that helps enough. But it is silly, right? That you need, after spending already weeks and months on Rust Bootstrap implementation, because you're on a useless version, you need to spend so much extra time to do such crazy stuff. Do we have the same cargo version? No, we don't have that cargo. Oops. Yeah, let's build the two things and then let's see. So the other thing is, of course, we usually build on x86, but if we want to implement my other idea, which would that even, but yeah, the other idea, again, the other idea would probably not work like that. Again, because if we change no cross, it probably tries to download pre-built stuff for no cross stuff, which wouldn't work. So we would either, for that to work, and again, just to have a pseudo cross, like clean bootstrapping in a new, like clean sandbox bootstrapping on the same architecture. Welcome to 2022 and this Rust and Cargo hell. Yeah, for the other way, we probably would need, I mean, this probably is preferable, so probably we spend, but because this downloading will not work, we then in that case would need to patch all our build for real, like not stage 0 bootstrap, but actual real binaries with T2, like T2 Linux and not like unknown Linux. Actually, I wonder, Rust, Arch, Triplet, Red Hat, Linux or stuff. There are even, of course, 2006 and stuff. Use the full platform identifier, however vendor attribute commonly known as platform support attribute to indicate various Red Hat Fedora. The toolchain should be changed to ignore vendor attribute, and platform should be similar. That's that. For example, instead of saying unknown links should be, and this is also silly. You actually, I don't agree with this. This is, of course, you take information everywhere. I agree it is silly that we have like unknown Linux everywhere, which is like, seriously, what were you thinking? But I would say it shouldn't be ignored because sometimes you have special platform stuff potentially, but it should actually be changed to like inherit that from unknown and have like per platform quirks or something, or at least, or ignore it by default, like have it there, but matching that to any instead of this bloody unknown. I mean, who came up with this bloody unknown idea? This is cursing the Rust ecosystem probably for like decades or forever to come. Fedora Rust triplet could be implemented. Fedora, if Fedora Rust triplet is, the platform configuration could also accept unknown NPC, the generic names, and direct to the native Red Hat vendor configuration. It gives you some flexibility here. Obviously, you want some flexibility instead of just discarding that. Yeah, let's shortly need to
Am Ende keine Rüge und auch kein
used what to use now. What's going on here? Yeah, and that is why I only want to build that once. Should ignore machine power triplet. What do we have here? Yeah, so that is the thing. I'm not sure how much we will end up patching when we want to go that route. I mean, compiling less is a win-win in any case, right? Not only for bootstrapping. I mean, if you want, and that is the crazy stuff, right? Currently, for a rolling release source distribution like T2, if you want to build Rust like that, you build it like 3 times, and instead of like in 7 minutes on an Epic Threadripper Ryzen 5050X, you build this in like 20 minutes or whatever. Like, yeah, finished all this stuff in, actually that is, it's probably not compiling installer here. This is whatever it is. Yeah, you can never rebuild your compiler macro dependencies often enough. It is just. What else did we? Yeah, so this Rust and Cargo. So the build error was similar to the local Rust. Actually, we could check what it actually does in the case of. Was it Bootstrap? What was even the name of this stuff? Probably. Now we grab all the binaries. Was it not enable local Rust? Maybe it doesn't have an enable prefix. There is I think we just finished also. Yeah, we just finished. So yeah, we built this in six minutes, which is not that bad considering we built it multiple times. So we just had this deleted. Yeah. Behind our back. So let's see how many compilers that build. Actually, we could. Oh no, we can't. So stage 0 compiler artifacts. Let's see from stage 1. And that is the thing, right? That is a problem. Like cross bootstrapping that with 2 different glibcs, like build host and sandbox. So then stage 1, stage 0, how many does it? And then is stage 2. Step 4. Yeah, I guess it somewhat looks like it built it 3 times, doesn't it? So then let's try that again now that we have. Oh wait, let's also do the same with cargo just in case. Oh, let's see how long it builds. Yeah, awaiting Ryzen 4. Then 4. Yeah, the macro dependency situation is also a crazy one. So many things done well in Rust, so many things done not well. I mean, maybe, okay, let's use the time efficiently. What did we wanted to do? We wanted to bootstrap that, right? Yeah, that is too. We can already start that build. Target. We anyway want to manually control CZ. Did I VZ? Oh, I didn't VZ. So yeah, like here, cancel that early. And then for a test, actually we could first, do we still have that? Yeah, we still have that in the history. Oh yeah, configure Python, yeah, that is something what I remembered. Is it immediately obvious what that does? Local, what is root? Root prefix? Maybe that does already local rebuild? Assume localhost matches the conversion for rebuilds? Implies localhost and implies localhost already matches the conversion. Okay, I guess we don't necessarily have the same matching version. Here it does pass OS environment pass split. There Rust C and then build Rust and build. It looks to me that this probably will not fix something. Oh no, we have also the latest Rust. I guess this will be the same result. I guess it, to no one's surprise. Oh, wait a second. Can it be that? By the way, I slightly wondered, did I not previously once had an... Because the issue is also that, like, supporting the same target twice. I thought I once had code for that. I didn't see that earlier in the beginning of this live stream, but... So that was... Don't have the highest hopes. Yeah, this is also... You can burn so much stuff, right? Just because the infrastructure is so shitty. And we're talking about the latest and greatest Rust here. People just waste so much time. No such for a directory. Compare bootstrap, that was a fast one. What is happening here? Maybe I should... You know what, let's... What is it building? Arrow linking node x86. Why does that not link? No such directory? What the heck? Where is even the... Which is no such file directory? Is this GNU-CC? That exists. What the heck is it even doing there? Yeah, the recurring struggle with taming and getting that to behave. Why does it fail so differently now? Directory cannot find. I mean, somehow it cannot find this file, I guess. What would be the equivalent of build cool, make clean? Maybe this build? It's going well, isn't it? But that is what it usually does here. I mean, we could double check with did I had a... Actually, you know what, we could check, first of all, we could either use that here and see what we get now. Oops. And we could see if native build works now. Let's maybe first try that one. Yeah, and that is my grief with all this modern stuff, right? It is crazy how much effort they spend on this stuff, and then it doesn't easily build. This should be local. I mean, it looks on first glance it bootstraps more. Let's see. Whatever. Maybe I did something wrong. What is it building now? Stage 0. Is it local Rust or not? It is enable local Rust though. It is using build Rust, opt Rust, bin Rust. See, does it? I mean, yeah, it didn't download that, so usually we have some download in there. Maybe that indeed builds a little bit. You know what? We're probably not fully loaded because it's often LTO. Yeah, so much too more threaded. Let's test. Oops. Let's test build that and this target build. Let's see. We should have the same local Rust. If we are super lucky, it could potentially fix that. But usually with Rust and Cargo, we are not super lucky. So okay, that was probably just the build error we just hit. Yeah. That is really unfortunate. So the last native build, let's maybe shortly wait. Or actually, usually waiting is not the most efficient use of our time. So it looks promising. I only wonder how much faster that is. So how do we tackle the bootstrap? That is really, why is this? It's probably still... Yeah, with this config toml, I mean, if they would have had just a host and build section that would work, but they use in this config toml, they use this architecture triplet for configuration. So you have the x86 unknown Linux GNU and then CC, CXX and stuff. Bets taken. Is it faster? Will this build us Rust in 3 minutes instead of 6? That at least. I mean, the annoying thing would be then. I mean, we will see with the next update then if you can, how many minor versions can be in between. I mean, we could make a sanity check in there, like if Rust version not this and that or installed, but I mean, it wouldn't be the cleanest thing, but question now, bootstrapping from a release source or via something like Rust up. No, with our own T2 Linux, right? We ideally, of course, in the Linux distribution, and this is my grief also with all the Rust and Cargo stuff, you don't normally want to run, I mean, normally you want to run your T2, like install me Rust, right? You don't want to Rust up whatever stuff, and like you want a clean Linux distribution package. It's also like extremely not integrated, like not well integrated in the Rust world. So we built this from source. We built this with our own previously installed Rust, which is, in my opinion, also how you want it. You don't want random downloads, no matter how trustworthy they are. You don't do that with GCC. You're also not downloading a binary GCC just to rebuild GCC, right? I mean, it looks good. It does somehow not look the most, not really faster. Yeah, this stuff is also, yeah, slow and stuff. So what do we do with our, I mean, it looks like this does not solve that, unfortunately, which probably means, yeah, we probably want, I mean, the question is how much stuff we will break. I don't even know, I'm probably not even, you would need to be Guru, Master, Rust, and Cargo Jedi, like probably their author, to know if we use something else than unknown. Like if we patch our stuff to use unknown only to bootstrap and we patch our stuff to properly use the identifiers that we actually use otherwise, whether that will still work with cargo or I'm not like next patching cargo also or whatever. So now it's probably soon the real test, whether we cut the build time in hopefully half, but somehow it doesn't really feel like that, or does it? I mean, actually, you know what, maybe, yeah, actually, you know what, the build time will probably not be that much different because the only difference is waiting for the download, right? Instead of, so it's actually probably still rebuilding its own shit 3 times. So you're keeping around older Rust builds, YT2 build all the way up to... And currently, I have a reason. I'm not keeping all the older stuff around. For me, just like the last is enough. Usually, hopefully. I now have working Rust versions. I just want not to download even more stuff. I just want to use the stable stuff that I've installed and not some randomly or whatever stuff. So faster than 6 something. No, not much. Okay, that doesn't give us much, but currently that works a bit. That is at least something. So why does this not look? Does not work here. Actually, why do we have build cargo 2? Should we try without that actually? Oh, you know what? Let's just randomly try and see what sticks. If that doesn't, because yeah, at least the epic thread rip faster to build arrows. I'm not sure why I had this. Let's keep it in there for now. Arch target, what do we do here? Arch target T2, no cross unknown. Let's try Rust target. So we have here Rust target. What do I do here? If we match the Rust target to unknown and not SAD target. Target. So we match that, and then what did I even do here? I need to commit my own SAD trickery better. Let's try the other. I mean, we don't really have an option. I mean, obviously, what are the other options, right? I obviously want to be able to. The other option is it's of course fragile. The other option would be this glibc incompatible is like now. So the issue is only like if you have major glibc incompatibilities, because obvious, the only constant is change and regressions, latest fanware. I could install the latest glibc. I tried that broke random stuff. I'm not into that. So that would be the only other, and this also not, you can't like build that in production, like that to build your system, you need this one blessed matching later. And also, you don't want your containers and sandbox and deployment and stuff for reproducible builds with latest and greatest glibc just because Rust is so... So I guess we try that, I would say. We tried the easier looking things that of course didn't work because so yeah, then leave that here with no cross to unknown, and here I substitute that Rust target. Let's make our real target this one here. Let's hope that doesn't blow something up. And so that are our cross targets, and so here of course this is version. Maybe I actually this is safer. You know what? Let's not delete that. Actually, it's not that easy here though. Just to have this in case we end up. Usually I don't like to keep old code stuff around, but if it's like major, somewhat important stuff, then at times I do. Just for documentation sake. Maybe even with not the biggest fan of darkish blue on transparent black. Let's see what blows up. Yeah, we have that again. So that would be for our target. Oh wait, I didn't want to delete that. Shit, do I still have that here? Is this how I left it here? Dash T2 Tomo. So yeah, this will fail because Rust does not know how to build T2 stuff. It only knows about freaking unknown Linux, because obviously. Actually, it is relatively okay. Yeah, I'm surprised about the camera, right? M1 Max, not too shabby camera. I'm surprised. So this will not build long. Which compiler is it even using? Let's check that. This will. I'm surprised it even starts building, but it will fail soon because we have this T2 target in there. So that will. Where do we have T2? So yeah, we have. So that works. Host is unknown Linux GNU. And install. Where's our T2 unknown? Where's our target? Here? No, not that. Also not that. How can a config tool be so large? Where is that? No, where is that? Not somewhere. Did they change that somehow? He is built. Why do we not have target? Is this Python thing stupid again? This Python configure? Why don't we have... Should we not have a target here? I'm perplexed. That is somehow not helpful and what expected. Why is always shit happening with this shit? That is so hilarious. Let's hope I have enough risk 5 stuff here to... Let's hope that is complete enough. Looks like it is complete enough. You know, it's the end of the day when you can't even freaking type. What? Sleep or more coffee. Why don't I have this option here? Yeah, so this failed, couldn't find... Yeah, so this is exactly what I expected. We would need to SED that into there. Did they move that? But I think, wait a second, are we somehow, what am I missing here? Do we even look at the right file? Yeah, it started with target. Where is that SED in config toml? Does that not work anymore? Do we rust? Yeah, for all cross builds it should do that. Why is it? What am I overlooking? Maybe they changed that? There's no target. Or wait, there it is. Yeah, here it is. Distribution option. Where is that? That of course failed. Did I only look for that stupidly, or it's not there? So this bloody config. That probably has some target and configure targets, build target host. Fill out the target array by giving all configured targets a copy of the target section we just loaded from the example. Build host, build target. Host is config, build target is if target in config. I guess that is here. I guess I split that and don't generate that if build target configure targets. Fill out the targets array by giving all configured targets a copy of target section targets target now replace. Where's the config tunnel example? There's no target in there or what? Wait, here's target. Why did this not? What am I? Why does this sometimes not? Too stupid to find that. Let's double check that again. Apparently it's too stupid to type escape stuff. Okay, here is that. I know that I'm probably only looking at it stupidly. Good, so far so good. Then I probably only search rep. That's strange. So target unknown Linux. Okay, that appears. So what was the issue? That looks right, doesn't it? What was the build error? All right, the build error was it doesn't. Okay, so far so good. Good that we wasted probably close to 5 minutes double checking that. It is late. I didn't have much sleep. I need a more steady supply of coffee. 2-year-old in the house, what should I say? Good, so then, then let's copy our target. Good that we double checked that. And have I tried Zig a little? I packaged that into 2. Yeah. I'm more open to that than to Carbon, right? Previous successful videos here on some of my channels, Google Carbon stuff. How many languages do we really need? Getting a little bit silly. So then let's, by the way, can we continue that build? That would actually be a way to save us some time. As I said multiple times, working on 270 megahertz ultraspark and stuff, you used to learn much more, to work much more efficient than always just rebuilding everything nowadays with epic thread ripping and through this stuff. So yeah, so we can apparently build that. And but yeah, if you have the experience, leave in the comments below. Always happy to hear your opinion and some other alternative and independent feedback. Rusty, let's try to copy that and see if that builds and what breaks. So that is copy that. So all those specs, we copy those because we patched them already. And then let's copy x86 unknown Linux GNU to from unknown. I should not have deleted that there. But that is not all. Something like that should be as easy as that. Let's copy that. So we will later, of course, script that. Obviously, we will not patch 24 files. Let's see if we need to edit that. So later we will, of course, if that works, we will SAD that. But for now, let's change that to T2. And we need to patch that into the target list. I do that already for some RISC-V stuff here. So let's see, how many do we have currently? Apparently 1. I mean, given that it works for this non-GC stuff, I would hope that is enough. I just can never be sure how much. So how to do that in SED, I'll show you in a second, or hopefully to do that, matching that obviously. And so x86 apparently is the first. So, family calling. We apparently have 10 minutes left before it's kids' time again. Let's quickly copy that. Is that not a nice technology? This enum or whatever that is here, T2 at T2. Amazing, right? The future is now. I think, is that hopefully all? Let's see. And so, of course, we will match that with SED, right? It's not rocket science. We might not finish that in. Okay, it does something. So yeah, that would be in that file. That file and that. Let's copy so much, and then we script that. Then fingers crossed that this fixes all our. Not all there is more, but at least for today of my bootstrap. I want a freaking new, highly optimized, like previously video, right? Rust, obviously I want a freaking new, faster Linux on my VMs ASAP. So that would be, so copy that. So this will, so yeah, this will not use that. That will target, where is the T2? That's unknown here somewhere. All right, arch target. So yeah, instead of this hard-coded stuff, because we obviously need PowerPC and stuff as well. So that is arch target T2 unknown. What did I just delete? Unknown.rs to, I mean, I guess we could expand that if we are crazy. Maybe we aren't. We could brace expand that there, but maybe there's a little bit too many braces. It's always between. So to copy that to, to the arch target actually. You know what, given that this is only arch target, wait a second, arch target. Oops. Should we maybe brace expand it? It probably should work, huh? Given that this is only that much, we probably could. Notification overload here live on this channel. Should this not work from that? Oh, we could even go more crazy. From that to that, target stuff. It should work, shouldn't it? Then we have that on one line. It's a long line, but in the meantime, even Linus Torvalds likes 97 character long lines. And then SED, so basically match that here, like match, how do we do that? We need to expand that. So match, probably like that, huh? Match that arch target, whatever. How much do we wanna, do we even still build? Hey, release target in 33 something. Hey, looks like that might actually fix this thing. I mean, that might be, as crazy as it is, not only the fastest, most architecture supporting, I mean, the superlatives here, write themselves with all this attention to detail and night shifts and stuff. Live here on this channel, this might be the only freaking Linux distribution which is not using a unknown arch Rust compiler arch triplet live on this channel. If that is not a thing, I don't know how much stuff will break in Firefox builds, but let's see if it does work. I have no idea. Maybe it will. Maybe it doesn't. Did I, wait a second, where did I, oh darn, did I somehow, did I not hit the file name here? Theoretically, I could then automate patching this stuff here, but maybe we don't. I'm not sure what I did here with, or did I not specs mods? Did I? Oh no, this is not that. Is there a typo? Arch target stuff to. Not sure what I had there, but that looks more real. And yes, complex shell expansion and not complex but advanced, probably one could say, SED expression only live here on this channel. So that one here, so match probably, here we have arch triplet, that would be the previous one. The question is how closely do we need to match that? Arch triplet that, code that, and then that. I mean, the thing is that would only work if they don't have any white spaces there. If they have additional white spaces, what did I? Was it like that? So maybe I actually need to pre-test that. That gets a bit complex. Because we need to print and then substitute that. That is something I also don't do daily. Although I've written an SED implementation, doesn't mean that 10 years later I still remember all the shit. Did we still have that 0? And then I also need to rush to the family, obviously. So SED and then x86-6042 unknown, oh not T2, unknown Linux GNU, and then so how I usually test that recurring theme, right? Not print, right? And then like print, okay, we have two occurrences. Yeah, this is why we match that with, not to overmatch, just that. And I mean, given that we have no other occurrence right now, oh no, I also messed that up in some way. Ah, shit, I pressed some Unicode bullshit. Oh, I hate that. I so hate Unicode invisible space and shit. That is the worst invention. It's probably this one. The worst invention since sliced bread. So yeah, there we have that, and then we want, how does it work? Print and substitute unknown to T2. That did not. And print again, maybe. What if I did that too? Also have. That needs to be there. T2. Okay. And we. Wait a second. Also globally, because we need that twice. And T2. This is. This has underscore. Good that we. So that has underscore. So then. Actually, you know what? There is only unknown in it. It's. Fuck this. Underscore. What have I done now? So, that is, by the way, a good thing, so we shouldn't match it too strictly right now, because otherwise we wouldn't match this underscore thing. And so that works. So the only thing is we don't need double print and that and then in place. And that should, if this was too fast, then just read the freaking SED manual. T2. Why did we unknown? Why do we now have what? Unknown Linux GNU. Do I still have the P in there? I meant globally. I removed the wrong one. Good that we double checked that. Why do we still have that twice? What have I done there? Print. A little bit puzzled that we have that twice. Why do we have that twice? Or does it still... Are we... Does this print command not immediately print that? What? I mean, this will not work because Rust will... so much to automating that. So what we... Why does this print not work like that? By the way, did this not... Did it not work in... But it worked like that. Print on Linux GNU, on Linux GNU. Why does it work with that? But not like that. What this puzzles me. Wait a second, we also have this. Wait a second, what shit have I done here? No Linux GNU. Why do I have this line twice? What am I missing? Substitute a little bit. What trickery do I usually use for that? Otherwise I need to Google it. What do I do here? Target stuff, target, yada yada yada. That is also pretty advanced to decode, by the way. Maybe I should check if I also need to go and... What keyword? Right now I use a shitty keyword. In the office I use, I'm in the home office. In the office I use a Sun Type 6 keyboard, and otherwise I also have another keyboard here, which the previous tech, not like I'm showing. But yeah, don't recommend this keyboard. This is a shit keyboard. I only use this at home because Bluetooth, otherwise I wouldn't. It's some 10-year-old or whatever. I use this stuff forever, so. SED, I mean, it can't be so difficult. Why is this such a... I should actually know that. Can we somehow... Why does it match that print? Substitute. Why do we have... you know what? I'm so stupid. It actually works. We have that because I manually added that to the file already, I think. That is why so much to... Yeah, but now we got that. So, SED... Global... Shit, no, I did it wrong. Print... So much to, yeah, outsmarting yourself, right? But yeah, that happens. T2, do we have no? Alright, so, but then we are done. The only question is, does it blend and build and stuff? Maybe we need to patch cargo, who knows, something of that sort. So here we are, SED, all this fine stuff. Compiler, so SED, so that is our original arch, no, not our unknown arch target. And target. Yeah, just patch unknown. So match on the bloody unknown target. Print it, substitute it, and maybe too long a line even for my standards. I guess we could test build that, couldn't we? Is it all? Might be all. And all I need to run, otherwise wife is not happy, and you know how it is. The saying is happy wife, no happy wife, no happy YouTubing or so. What? Also something failed. What did fail? No such file cannot start. Did I? This is, I outsmarted myself. Darn. We need to, this needs underscores. Damn it. Arch target. How do we do that? So this is what the shit. So basically substitute all dashes to underscores. The only problem is we need that with the other one here too. Didn't even realize. Press target, substitute all dashes to underscore. I hope there are no typos left, and that finally makes T2 bootstrapping even more. Start something. We probably recurring tip here from just 10 minutes ago, double checking that, like not blindly waiting. I mean, sure, I could now multitask and either cook something or update some package, but to have more, or like to have confidence that it has a chance to build, let's check that here with VI. Oh, wait, there's one, and good that we, oh wait, also I think I did something wrong here with T2, okay, it's not in there, so much to x86. Apparently we did something wrong there because that is not in there. That is already a fail. All right, in place, there we have it. Ah, darn, oh, I pressed something. SED, oh, come on. So here, in place, obviously, and we forgot to substitute the target in that file, so we also need SED in place of, I think it was the x86 T2 Linux, so that was a string. Actually, you know what? We don't need to copy that. You know what? Should we be total smart asses and we SED that from just, yeah, is it that much smarter? SED, maybe it's not that much smarter, but maybe more readable. .rs to that. At least it's more readable. We have this duplicated. We don't have optimizing the right stuff, right? Micro-optimizing your shell's code. SED, so that would be this quoted thing here. So that's that one. Substitute. Oh, you know what? There should probably be only one unknown in there. We don't even need to yeah, it's probably extremely unlikely that there is another unknown. Sure, we could always, there's always a difference between readability and stuff. Sure, we could type out all of the stuff, but why if we can simply substitute unknown to T2 already with dashes. So even if there's unknown in there with this additional dashes, probably, oh, by the way, do we need this SED something? Okay, we need that. Yeah, substitute unknown to T2. Let's try that again. And yeah, good, this is what I mean, not like wasting 6 minutes or so, but already apply some common sense. So did this fail? Why conf line stuff? Permission denied? What? Ah, also here. So let's see, do we have, oh shit, there's some dash. Fuck, how could I? This channel only real and live with some swearing. Yeah, no mistakes. But I guess that is finally it. And yeah, again, if we would have not double checked that, we would have wasted no multiple times 6 minutes or so, or at least 4 or 5. I don't know, I dropped onto my... Do I have this? T-shirt is anyway already dirty, why not smear some coffee into the t-shirt? As long as it's not on my old Apple keyboard. So much to drinking the last drop of coffee dripping onto your desk. Total win-win. So, one last double check. T2 Linux GNU, that probably we could check the mod thing there for T22, that is unknown. So we need the original unknown, obviously, that looks good to me. I hope it works for, yeah, it should work for all architectures, they should kind of sort of, I mean, except if they're in the comment, but it's probably only a matter of SED substituting that explicit enough. I recommend any books been reading. I have no idea what flipkadix. Books of what? Yeah, probably I should make. I need to rush now. Thanks for the question, though. Probably need to make a book video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. More Rust stuff is building. I hope this irons out some stuff. Yeah, the only things, I mean, that should make, I mean, depending on how this builds, if even other cargo stuff builds with T2 unknown Linux. But the other thing is, which I see it already coming, that this breaks stuff, but let's see what it does. The only other thing is, as you've seen, bootstrapping Rust with a local Rust is like, yeah, you manage memory. This is, yeah. But it's a recurring theme, depressive and, yeah, crazily depressive for me to see how strange the somewhat good language, the ecosystem of Rust and Cargo. It's a strange thing, but anyway. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Should speak slower, man. Overtaking myself. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I hope you learn something. Patreon, GitHub, and PayPal, and OnlyFans, and YouTube membership, and all the good stuff. If you wanna leave some tip for our work here, so that is now building. It's yeah, bootstrapping of rebuilding unknown. Yeah, it's actually building 2 year. Actually, we need to have. Anyway, that's it for today. See you next time, and have a good day and night.